What's going on, movie fans? My name is Michael Weir. I love talking about movies, and we've officially made it to January 2024, which means we have a brand new slate of movies coming out this month and all year. Very excited to get into more exciting movies that are coming out this year. But in this video today, we're going to talk about the upcoming movie releases for January of 2024. And of course, these are the ones on my personal radar. These are the ones that I'm looking forward to. If I miss something that you're looking forward to, throw that in the comment section down below. Let me know what I didn't talk about here today, what it is about, and why you're excited about it, and maybe I will go check it out and review it right here on this channel. But with that said, let's get into January 2024 upcoming movie releases. On January 5th, we have Night Swim. Night Swim is the newest Blumhouse horror release, and Blumhouse always finds a way to throw in a horror movie in the early winter months. They kind of cornered the market on that, and last year, they proved the method with Megan, where it made a ton of money, and people really enjoyed that movie, including myself. It was one of my favorite horror movies in 2023, and so this year, we are getting Night Swim. Now, I don't know much about it other than it's a Blumhouse horror movie, but I've seen the trailer a couple of times. These people buy a house, and there's a pool that needs to be cleaned out in the backyard, like an in-ground pool. Well, they clean it, they fill it, they're having a good time in it, and then something comes up from beneath the pool and pulls the girl down after playing a deadly game of Marco Polo. I could be completely off in my synopsis of the movie. That's just what's in the trailer. But with that said, it's enough to get me in the seat on opening night, so I am looking forward to Night Swim on January 5th. Alright guys, so January 12th is the first weekend in 2024 where I'm going to have to scramble to try and cover all of the different releases that weekend, because on January 12th there are 5 big releases, the first of which is Mean Girls the Musical. Now, I've seen the trailers for this and I'm not too enticed by it. I am a massive fan of the original Mean Girls, and this new Mean Girls the Musical is bringing back Tina Fey, bringing back a couple of familiar faces, but is replacing people like Lindsay Lohan and several of the other characters that you remember with different actors and actresses. And while it looks like the exact same plot, they just turned it into a musical, I don't know if I'm interested. It's on my radar. I've seen the preview at like every movie I've seen lately, and they've been trying to hide this thing like it's not a musical, but it's 100% a musical. And musicals aren't usually my cup of tea, so I don't know if I'll rush out to see this or if I'll end up seeing it at all. It might be something I wait for HBO Max. We'll see. But Mean Girls the Musical comes out January 12th. The next movie on January 12th that has my attention stars Jason Statham, and it is The Beekeeper. And in The Beekeeper, in the trailer at least, you see an old woman get swindled out of her money by a scammer, and Jason Statham finds out about this and goes to the agency and starts killing everybody because he is what's known as a beekeeper, and that is some elite government organization assassin who's retired, coming out of retirement to take on these people who swindled this old lady. I'm sure she's related to him or something of that nature. I'm looking forward to this movie because it looks like just another badass Jason Statham movie, and it's cool to see Josh Hutcherson continue to get work. You know, we saw him in Five Nights at Freddy's, and it's just cool to see him continue on into 2024 with more work. That's always really cool to see. So The Beekeeper comes out on January 12th. I'm looking forward to it. The next movie on January 12th that we're going to talk about is The Book of Clarence, and The Book of Clarence takes place during the time of Jesus Christ, and it's about a man named Clarence who wants the same respect, the same reverence, the same amount of power as Jesus gets from the crowds, and so he goes on sort of a con man mission to make it seem like he also was sent by God. And it looks like just sort of a fun spoof on all of the events in the Bible when Jesus was going through and doing his thing. And the movie stars Lakeith Stanfield as Clarence, and I have really come to enjoy his acting abilities, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in this movie. And it also stars James McAvoy and Benedict Cumberbatch, and either of the two of them in a movie gets me excited as well. So between the cast, the idea of this movie, it looks like a fun comedy. I'm looking forward to The Book of Clarence. The final 2 movies on the list of January 12th are both streaming movies. The first one is on Hulu, and it's called Self-Reliance. Now, I have covered this movie on this channel twice so far in upcoming movies because it keeps getting moved. So as long as it doesn't get moved, and I keep seeing previews for it on Hulu now, so I'm assuming we're actually going to get it on Hulu on January 12th. But hopefully for the last time, this movie is called Self-Reliance, and it is about a man who is playing a game where he has to stay alive, but as long as he's with someone else, he cannot be killed by the people who are hunting him. And so he'll find like a homeless man to sleep in the same bed as him, or different people in his life that he'll get to go with him on this journey. And it looked like a really funny movie when I saw this preview early last year, and then it just kept getting pushed off for whatever reason. It looks like Hulu's retained the rights to it, so Self-Reliance comes out January 12th. Maybe. The last movie to talk about on January 12th is Netflix released movie starring Kevin Hart called Lift. And Lift is a movie about a heist, again starring Kevin Hart. I don't know anything more about the movie. I just have it on my radar because it says Kevin Hart and it's about a heist. So I don't know if he's being serious in this movie and he's taking sort of a dramatic role, or if this is just going to be another comedic role for Kevin Hart and this time it involves a heist. Either way, I'm in. I'm looking forward to it. Netflix didn't have the best track record in 2023 in my opinion, but I'm giving them another chance because the first one out the gate is Kevin Hart with Lift, so I'm looking forward to that. Moving on to the last date on the calendar where I have any movies that I am personally looking forward to, and that would be January 19, and we have 2 movies releasing that day. The first one is called ISS, and it is about a Russian space station and a United States space station who link together, and they're all friends, and everything's good, but then below on Earth, the Russians and the Americans have gone to war, and they see what looks like maybe nuclear war happening across the globe from up in their space stations, and they have to disconnect from each other, and they're like, hey, we're not sure what's going on the ground yet, so you go back to the American space station, you go back to the Russian space station, we'll kind of figure things out. So they're in their little pods, and then they both get orders to take the other one out, and so it looks like a mission to see who can do that first. I love the idea of this movie because space is something that I absolutely love seeing on the big screen. If you say it's underwater or in space, man, I'm going to be there day one. So January 19th, ISS looks like a good time. The final movie coming out on January 19th, and the final movie we're going to talk about on this list right here today is Founders Day. Founders Day is about a small town having a mayoral election, but days before the election leading up to it, there is a serial killer going around and he's killing people, and I think he's wearing dead president masks while he's doing it. At least that's what the poster would lead me to believe. So yeah, this is a slasher movie coming out in January. You know, when it comes to horror in the winter months, they're hit and miss. So I'm hoping we get a couple good ones this month. I'm hoping Founders Day is one of them, but you never know. With all that said though, guys, those are the movies that are on my personal radar for January of 2024. If you've got more, like I said at the beginning of this video, throw those down in the comment section down below. If you're looking forward to any of these, let me know which ones you're personally looking forward to, which you're going to go to the theater on day one for, because I always love to know what other people are interested in. And finally, guys, if you like this video and you want to watch more, don't forget to hit that like button. It helps the video, it helps the channel, and it helps me right here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. All right, guys, we got to the end of the January upcoming movie releases, and I tell you what, I'm excited for 2024. You know, going through this list just now, I've had these written down for a few weeks, and I'm just kind of like, well, we'll see. But actually going through this list on camera gets me excited for January. I'm going to go see these movies. I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to review them. But with that said, though, guys, thanks for watching this video. And if you want to watch more of my videos on my channel, well, I've got all of those end-of-year lists right there, and I've got all of my 2023 movie reviews right there.